The name of the show is The Way to Go. My name is Alan Bendich. I'm going to be your host. Tonight's guest is Max Bendich. Hi, Pop.
Hi, my son. I look at you. When I look at you, I feel good.
Good. When I look at you, I feel tired.
All right.
So how's everything?
Look, everything is going fine.
Good.
How I really don't know,
Yeah.
but I tell you, only by taking advice now.
Right.
I take advice, and it works for me to do certain things and to leave out certain things.
But you know what's interesting? I just realized as we're talking that if it wasn't for this show or Scriptless, the other show, I'd never see you because we always see each other when we're doing television shows.
A long time ago, I said it.
Yeah, I know.
I never spoke to you as much in my life,
Right.
100 years old,
Right.
unless these 3 or 4 years that
Right.
we're doing.
Well, it's actually 2 or 3, actually.
Those 2 or 3 years.
Right.
And
It's amazing, you know, it's funny that the cameras and the lights and the chairs and the setting like force you to talk, you know, because what are you going to do if the cameras are rolling, you know, what are you going to do?
you explained that to me.
Right.
You had that, I mean.
The dead air.
And I had a little experience when I came years ago, when I came to see you in Hollywood.
Yes.
And I was, when I was an extra, Alan,
Yes.
it was an unbelievable thing.
Right.
And lately I've been remembering some of the shows, and
It was fun.
I'm glad it helped me, I think, in how I am today.
Right. No, it was fun, and I know Mom enjoyed it. We all had a good time. The whole family was in the shows. Even when you used to come to visit me in Hollywood, you'd bring sometimes either your grandchild Michael or your grandchild Gabriel, and I don't think Michael ever joined us on the set, but Gabriel came to Cagney and Lacey. He came on the set of Cagney and Lacey.
And did I ever explain to you? I never. It's only recently, in a few years, where I said to you, "What right did my sister?"
Right.
No,
You've talked about it. Yes. Like, how could she allow you to take the kids?
How could she allow me to take the kids? And what right did I have to say, give them to me?
And it's a good thing because at least when the car was good, the cars you used to take them were the cars were working well, except for the time when you took Mom.
No, Alan, I'll never forget that. We were.
You could tell that story.
I like to talk to
Yeah.
you know how crazy we were and everything else. We come to Colorado, and even then the Mile High City and everything else,
Right.
where Mom could have died. I mean, because
she couldn't breathe well.
We
right?
went up to the mountain at the top of
Right.
whatever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you were in the Rockies.
And right on the top in the summertime, one of the kids, Michael or Gabriel, we were throwing snowballs at each other.
Oh,
No, really.
And this was during the summer.
And we only went in the summer.
Right.
And here we're throwing snowballs, but it was very high, I think 10,000 feet or something.
Right.
And Mom, they saw right away that Mom got sick.
Really?
Mom, there's a possibility she may have died. All of a sudden, she can't breathe.
Oh, God.
But anyway, we had fun up there.
Right.
And now, again,
I like the story. The other story I like the best, one of them, is that your car is broken and it's a one-lane highway.
Alan.
Tell me that story.
that one-lane highway.
Right.
We had cousin
Sharon?
Sharon.
Right.
And Sharon was again.
She was your niece.
What?
Sharon's your niece.
Yeah, she.
Right.
And we went to visit her.
Right.
And we're driving. I forget the name of the town.
Breckenridge.
Brecken, right. And on one side,
Yes.
Alan, it was beautiful. The Colorado River, it's always going, we were going up a hill.
Right.
The Colorado River was coming down, just looking at it was terrific.
Right.
And we were going up and all of a sudden, the cars going, but people were walking out of their cars,
Right.
angry. And I'm
They were
going,
walking faster than your car.
That's what I'm trying to say. They were walking. I had my foot all the way down on the.
And you're going, what, 2 miles an hour, 3 miles?
Alan, It was a terrible thing. I didn't, but
Yes.
I actually disregarded it,
Right.
and little by little we came up to the top,
Right.
and
Then you coasted down, or?
and to find
Yes.
that some time before there was a flood,
Oh.
and flooded that whole city, the whole town.
Right.
But what did they do? They went and they built the town up again.
Oh, that's
Can
nice.
you imagine?
But tell me more about the ride, the going slowly up that hill.
We're going slow, but I didn't realize it.
Right.
We were looking at the
scenery.
and we were going. We had the car. We drove across the United States,
Right.
and we start going up, and something I don't know, but we didn't stop, Alan. We didn't.
And how many cars? How far was the cars behind you?
The whole. Let's say it was 1,000 feet for the whole. 1,000 feet is one car.
Are people honking their horns? Or?
No. In the beginning,
Yes.
no more. They were actually, some of them. The driver didn't come out, but they were walking up there cursing me, and I didn't.
Right. There's nothing. What are you going to do? It's a single lane highway.
What are you gonna,
Right.
but I got up there.
Right.
We fixed the car, and it has something to do with the carburetor or whatever it is, and
I remember we had some crummy cars. I remember when the first car I ever had was a Fiat.
yes,
And that car had like a plastic engine or something. There were a lot of components inside the engine. It was like a very light car, and it looked like a box. And a lot of the stuff inside the engine that today's engines are all metal, they had plastic, and it was.
Here, I forgot about it.
Right.
It's not that you had the car, the Fiat. I had the Fiat.
Right.
David, I think it.
No, he had a Saab.
He had this.
I had the Fiat. Fiat was my first car.
Oh, you had the Fiat.
Yeah, and I took it to Binghamton when I went to school there. And I just remember with that car, same kind of situation that you had in Colorado. I just remember several times when I went back and forth from Binghamton to New York, going up this hill, no acceleration at all. And all of a sudden I'm looking in the rearview mirror and I see this car coming really, really fast, a big car. And I'm just going maybe 20 miles an hour, hoping to get to the next exit. And this car is right behind me. It doesn't even go into the left lane. I'm in the right lane. And then all of a sudden, at the last moment, she shifts into the left lane, and her car fishtails and then goes right into the side of the road. And she's cursing me. She's screaming at me. She's asking for my registration. A cop car comes, and she's saying, he made me get into this accident. And he said, where did he hit the car? And he said, well, he didn't hit me. He didn't hit the car. She said, but he was going so slow. And at the time, they didn't have a minimum speed limit on the highway. So the cop said, you keep on going.
Again, you know what? A subject like that?
Yeah.
I had something like that.
Yeah.
I'm with Mom,
Yes.
and it had snowed. And at that time, my brother Aaron was coming back. He was on one side of the road, and we didn't know that, and I
Right.
was on this side.
Right.
And we're going up slow. Again, we're going up slowly.
Where was this?
Where?
Was it
Up in the mountain.
Oh, okay.
What was the name?
Ellenville? Chates?
Yeah, but what do they call those mountains? That big.
The Catskills.
Besides the Catskills.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Keep on going.
No,
No, let's keep on
all
going.
right. And we're going up there,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, nothing. Stop.
Right.
And we go
What stopped?
the car is,
The car died.
and then it starts again.
Right.
Wait a minute.
What kind of car was it? Do you
I don't
remember?
remember.
Right.
But Alan, what had happened? Cars were going up the hill. It's a big hill.
Right.
In the middle, they slide back again. No, really,
Right.
actually sliding back.
Oh, because it was ice, you said.
I don't know if it was snow.
Oh, snow, okay.
Snow. And we come along.
Right.
Alan, I'm not kidding. We come along. What am I going to do? Some cars are stuck, actually, on one side, some on the other. And some guys are going up a little, from here to there.
Right.
Alan, I tell Mom, I go slow.
Right.
Let me see if I can do it. And I'm the only one.
Right.
And I go up slow. Alan,
Yeah.
believe it or not, and I come up, and the people, and they're eating the horse out that they want to go up to An Alan.
You made it?
Wait,
Yeah.
there's a possibility, I still think about it. I had an accident, not me. I made a person get an accident.
Oh, I've had, that's the worst feeling.
We're going up, Alan, impossible.
Right.
And I come to the top of the, nobody's coming down. And I come to the top of the thing, I'm about to, and I see this car coming the other way, slowly or something, and he sees me, and he turns a little.
And then
I don't know when, impossible for him
there was
not
no place to go.
Alan, it happened.
Okay, you know what happened? I'll tell you two.
happened,
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you two stories. The first, I'll tell you one because you were in it. We were filming The Way to Go, either last year or the year before, and it was we had this rain shower, but it was freezing rain. And after we finished shooting, the entire place from here to your house was a sheet of ice. And and you tell the story sometimes too. I drove you home maybe. The fastest we went was 5 miles an hour.
I remember that.
And it was unbelievably, that was one of the scariest rides.
And I said, I'll never ride again.
Right.
With these so-called conditions,
Right.
Alan.
But it was ice.
But Alan, you were driving,
Yeah.
you knew what you were doing.
Right.
And, something else, we didn't stop. We were going too slow,
Right.
which was okay, and you didn't stop. And first of all, there wasn't so much traffic.
Right.
But, Alan, it was
But okay, today we're shooting actually November 18th, right?
All right.
So yesterday was Mom's birthday. If she was alive, she would have been 95 years old. On Friday is the 20th, which is your anniversary, and you would have been married 74 years or something like that, 74 years, because, 1941. The 30th is my anniversary, and we'll be married 24 years. But there was a reason why I was saying this, again, about driving on ice. I can't remember it. But anyway, that's just for your information out there. So, but I'm trying to think, we were moving. We moved to Larchmont in 1997. So we used to live in Yonkers. And I'm in the car, 1997, with Kara, I think, in the back seat in one of these car seats, and we're right in front of the co-op that we used to live in, and we still have the place. And we're stopped. We're stopped at the light, and we moved in the winter, and all of a sudden I'm looking to the left, and I see this car just coming forward and sideways like this, and I got a car in front of me. And I got a car behind me, and this car is just sliding right into me and hits me. And then she comes screaming at me saying, "Why didn't you move the car?" Meanwhile, there's a car in front of me, red light, and the cop came, right? But the worst thing in the world is that you see something that's going to happen and there's nothing you could do about it. I mean, it was terrible. Anyway, she tried to play up to the cop that came over, and the cop said to me, because the way she spoke to the guy, so how did you hit the car? I said, she hit me. And then he saw exactly how it happened. And he also said, it's her fault and blah, blah, blah. But
we learn from experience, Alan.
Yes.
We say we'll never do it again.
Right. We're
never going to ride. And so far, I think we were lucky. I don't think we ever got that.
No, yeah, but the one you live in the Bronx near Kingsbridge Road, and there's a road that goes like this.
That's right.
And even if it's not ice, when it snows, that I think is one of the most dangerous roads in the Bronx because of how steep it is. I mean,
it is, Alan. It's a steep, unbelievable steep road.
Right.
But it happens,
Yeah.
And they do a good job. The street cleaners come around, push the snow, and get the road good. But they can't. The road is still covered with snow, even if it's about an inch or a little bit. And
then underneath the snow, sometimes there's ice, and boy, that road is scary. And
so, all I hope is from now on, if you're going to have these type of discussions with me, I'm ready to do it.
Right.
Find a good time to get there.
Right. Don't go when it's snowing outside. See, but we also for the studio, we usually schedule it like weeks ahead, when we're going to do the show,
you don't
and
know.
no one knows what kind
You
of
don't-
weather you're going to have.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
You actually don't know, and we're looking forward to it.
Right.
And another day, and you're saying, "Oh, 3 more days."
Right.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden you're listening to News Radio 88, and it's like, snowstorm expected tomorrow evening.
that's right. Early in the morning, when do I look at it, Alan?
Yeah.
I have breakfast very early where I live.
Right.
So I see it when at about 7 o'clock in the morning, but they have from 7 to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They tell you 49, 48, 20, or whatever the numbers are.
Right.
But they give you some concept of what the day should be like.
Right.
And
Alan,
it's many times it's scary.
So have you been watching the debates at all? The Democratic or the Republican debates?
Yeah.
Have you?
No, but again, it's a lot of baloney. Alan. Everybody knows who they're going to be voting for.
That's true.
Again, and the issues are some of them are so minor,
Right.
Alan. They're so minor.
You mean between the people, both in the Democratic, amongst the Democrats and amongst the Republicans?
Well, except one thing. Let's say immigration.
Right.
What have we got to do with all the? We were the.
We're the immigrants.
We were the immigrants, Alan.
But we weren't going to talk about this. I brought-
No. I actually
Right.
say that. And here you have the greatest people in
right.
in the United States.
Right.
And I decided, the heck with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whoever I am, I want to vote for that person.
Right.
But I listen.
Yeah, I listen, but I have to admit, when I listen to the Republicans, it's Donald Trump and those guys. Oh my God!
I never. I like the. You know why I like the guy? Because he's
He's crazy. I know.
Alan, the way he talks openly and everything else.
He's honest.
And now, let's say he wins.
Oh my
the
God!
Republican, the Republican, and who will he fight against? Maybe
Hillary
Clinton or one of the
Sanders,
other guys.
right.
But the people who have been reading about him, how not that crazy he is, will they still vote for him?
Well, I'll tell you, I have some conservative friends, and a lot of them think he's great. He's number one on the hit parade.
In one of the magazines, New York magazine,
Right.
so you see him with George Washington with a wig, and our new father wrote something like that. But Alan, it's something different.
Right.
We never experienced something like this.
I know, and then you hear Hillary speaking with Bernie Sanders, and they're both very interesting people. I enjoyed the Democratic, but then sometimes Hillary, they gang up on Hillary.
They have to gang up.
I know, because she's the number one.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
you met Hillary Clinton. Do you remember?
I think I gave it.
She kissed you.
I gave it to the. So I'm in the
Senior center.
I'm in the senior
I
center.
know. You told me about it.
And we had a placard that big, and it said Hillary.
Right.
And I'm holding
And
it.
that's when she was senator of New York.
Yes, senator. And
Right.
if you wait, so I'm standing here. She's coming this way,
Yeah.
and some other people are there. But what were they doing? I never would have done it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have occurred to me. Please, can you sign it?
Right.
If they did it, I did it also. Now, who did I give it to?
Not me. But you know what? You know what though? You told me one thing about her. I don't know if you said she was beautiful in person. You said she was, but you say that about all women. But you said she was really beautiful, and I thought that was nice.
Alan, I like women.
I know, and women like you.
And believe it or not,
Yes.
it works.
I know.
Again, with me, there's no big deal, Alan.
But you know what? Nowadays, it's like, I don't know, it's with all the different genders and identities and all this, it's like there's less and less people who just say it outright, like you just said, I like women.
And how it started, I don't know.
Right.
Because I'm kind of this number 100.
Well, you're going on 101.
I know it, but
Right.
I'm telling everybody, What do you mean 100? Don't take that half a year away from me. I have that half a year.
Yeah, everyone made a big stink about 100. I think 100 in a day is better than 100.
I tell no.
You know what I mean?
And we have little discussions, and that's Alan. Those are my words. I said, what's the big deal? 100 years old. That's a good. It's one day.
Right.
One day. The next day, I'm pushing 101.
Right, but I mean, to me, if making 100 is such a big deal, then making 100 in a day is a bigger deal. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
So, and I'm Alan. Whether I'm bragging, I'm going strong.
I know, it's amazing.
Alan,
I mean, I talk to people at work and everyone.
I love what I'm doing.
Right.
And what do I actually do? I listen. Alan, it's important to listen. By luck, but again, it's not such luck. We have a family, Alan, of doctors.
Right.
And one of those doctors, my grandson,
Right.
who was a cardiologist, told me, I'll never forget it, Zadie, you're abusing your body. Now, when did he say that to me? Where I used to walk, Alan, I think I told
3
you,
miles a day.
on the outside.
Right.
No, and I would, in the sun, always, and look if you're there,
Right.
and I would go, that's where the Veterans Administration, and I'd walk all around and all around,
Right.
and everything. And he says, and I say, what do you want me to do, Michael? What? One of the most important things is take a nap.
Right.
I left. Actually, it's a shame.
Yeah.
You shouldn't laugh at your grandson.
Right.
I laughed at him. What are you talking about? In my whole life, I never took a nap.
Right.
But what am I doing? Listen, I'm doing exercise.
Right.
I'm walking every day. I'm walking an hour with Zadie. You're abusing your body.
And he was right.
Those are his words. You scared me.
Right.
What am I abusing? Instead of walking an hour or a half, walk 15 minutes.
Right.
The next day, 16 minutes.
Right.
And yes, Alan, I did it. But then he told me something else. And that wrecked my life almost completely.
What?
Take a nap.
Right. Take a nap.
I said, and I've been doing that. And jokingly I say, what did it happen? What happened? Oh, I did it. I feel wifey.
Right.
It wrecked my social life.
I know, because the problem is you used to see girls in the ladies in the afternoon.
I wrecked my social.
But the thing is, though, I'll put it this way. When I come to visit you, and I've seen people over the years that live in your place, and people who are younger than you or your age, and I see them decline.
Yes.
But I come to see you, and you're not declining. Or let's put it this way: we are all declining, but at a much slower rate. And that's all. But I see some of the people over there, like some of the men that used to hang out like this, standing up, and now they're in chairs and things like that. And and you're still doing it.
Why and how, I don't know. Wait.
Right.
But I must have made up my mind, Alan.
Right.
I must have made up my mind. In the beginning, when I came here with Mom.
Right.
Mom, and I don't remember anyway, but when I came here with Mom.
When you came to Cathay House.
That's right.
Right.
Cathay House, that's where I am now.
Yeah.
When I came with Mom, I was still driving.
Right.
And
you were very active.
no,
You were you were doing, even though we told you not to, you were taking the ladder and going up to the roof to clean the leaves off the roof. I know you were doing it.
No, but I was still driving.
Right.
I didn't like it. I didn't like where we were.
Right.
It was something different. Why? It's crazy. Mom loved it.
Right.
Mom used to sit
by the door, by the bathroom.
the ladies' bathroom, and it became her seat.
I know, and you used to get the books. I know.
All the way. I used to go to, we have a nice library
Right,
there.
I know.
A nice book. Mac, yes, get me a book. So I get her a book, and then in a few days, Mac, what a book. I want you to read it.
I know.
Mac, get me another book.
I'll tell you, and Mom's birthday was yesterday. And you think about it, it's sad. But
again, and I told that to somebody, I still get tears coming to my eyes, Alan. Why not? I mean, we did.
And you know who else's birthday it was this month? Norman, the person who started
Yes,
The Way to
yes,
Go.
yeah.
It was November 3rd. I think it was November 13th was his birthday. He passed away the same year you had your heart attack. I think in 97, 98, whenever you had your heart attack. He passed away September 30th, 1997, 2 days after Wendy's birthday. So that was pretty,
All right.
hey,
Alan,
yes. Or maybe it was 1998 because he was still alive when, no, it was 1997. It was 1997.
that's what I almost am living about things like that.
Right.
Memory.
I know.
Alan, and when I talked, some guys start singing a Yiddish song.
Right.
I sing Yiddish songs. I
Right.
sing them. I mean,
Right.
we have about the microphone.
Open mic. You talk about that. Open
I know
mic.
that, and I do that.
Right.
But sometimes while we're reading, I hear from the next table a little song, and I say, "Sing it louder," and people are laughing at me. And
You should take a drink. But you know, I don't know. It's interesting. And-
L'chaim.
L'chaim to you too. You know these. Aaron also. He posts Yiddish songs. You know, Aaron has a radio show. He has 2 radio shows. Your grandson Aaron.
I know.
I'm telling it to my son Aaron. And one of the radio shows is all about Yiddish music.
Yes.
And I mean, he's really getting into it. And it's getting to a point now where he understands it a lot more than he used to. When he hears the music, he knows what the words are, the songs. So it's nice.
And I spoke to him.
Yes.
I have a lot of books in the house.
And you gave him a lot of books too.
I gave him a lot of. I thought, books.
Right.
But I also have something else.
Right.
I have a lot, and I told him that. Wonderful, wonderful cassettes.
Right.
Not cassettes.
No, the cassettes.
Of movies.
Oh, it's CDs. DVDs.
And Alan,
Yeah.
they're lying there. Since I'm taking the nap,
Right.
and since I'm going, I wish I'm going with this lady. I have no time to look at them.
Right.
And
Well, I know you're not. We wanted you to go. We wanted you to go with us away to for Thanksgiving, but we couldn't. You're not going to be able to do it. But Aaron's going to be back in town next week, so maybe he could spend some time with you. And
all right, why not, Alan?
Yeah.
I love that. Why do I love it? Because when I hear him talk, and he's the only one.
Right.
Kara, I don't see as often as I see him, and I hear him talk about this and about that, and how he is with his friend and about the subjects he's taken. He's living my life he's living my life that I wanted to be,
Right.
but I couldn't do
and
it.
he's a good guy. I mean, they're both very. I mean, they have a good time. He really has a good time, but he's a very serious student. I mean, he's graduating this year, which I don't know what that means. It either means that he's going to go try to get a job, or he's going to try to go to graduate school. I'm not sure. We haven't, we're not at that point yet, but we're getting there. But maybe he'll get a fellowship or something. Maybe he'll become a teacher. He was thinking that might be something he'd like to do. So
He has, first of all, he has a lot of background.
right,
He has a lot of background to be a teacher, and
and he also has a way about him that he's a good communicator.
I was there, and he's a mensch.
Right, that's
Alan, many years ago, I said, when I die, I just want to put on a thing. Usually, he was a mensch.
Right. You know what? Not only is he a mensch, he's actually the last thing we're going to talk about for the show because, you know what time it is, right?
I know.
It's this time. It's rap time. It's a wrap. Good night, folks.